and together they lived not far from the Golden Gate. They designed homes and gardens, but Irving had never designed anything at all like a bridge. Nothing this big or grand or important to so many people all at once. Irving threw himself into the work. He suggested that the bridge have vertical fluting and Art Deco flourishes. He suggested pedestrian walkways on either side of the bridge. He suggested that there be beautiful lamps along the walkways. Just about none of these things was necessary for the functioning of the bridge. They could have just built it plainer and cheaper and quicker. But Irving Morrow thought that the bridge could be both a bridge and something like art. This was a new idea to many of the people who were involved in this project. So eventually the bridge was designed, and steelworkers in Maryland, Pennsylvania, and New Jersey began building the bridge, piece by piece, in thousands of sections. These sections were put on rail cars and then on boats, and these boats took these parts all the way down the coast of North America, through the Panama Canal, and up the coast of Mexico and California. It was a long trip, but the pieces of steel did not mind, for they are inanimate objects. Finally, it was time to construct the bridge. Men had to dive into the freezing ocean to sink the bridge's foundation. Other men, sitting high above the ocean, connected the parts. It was dangerous and complicated work. The workers used all kinds of tools in their work and tried not to drop them into the ocean. If you drop a hammer or a wrench from a bridge hundreds of feet above the ocean, you're pretty much out of luck. Seeing the bridge rise was very exciting to the people of San Francisco and the Bay Area. We should stop here and mention that today, San Francisco is a city of about 800,000. It is one of the more unusual cities in the world, given that it's built on and around 49 hills, some of them as high as 928 feet. Have you been to San Francisco? Some of these things you have to see to believe. It is a strange place. San Francisco is one of many dozens of cities and towns built around the bay. Together, these cities and towns make up a region known as the Bay Area. The bay it's named for is the one that leads to the Pacific Ocean. And this bay leads to the Pacific Ocean through the Golden Gate. Remember that? And the Golden Gate was where they were building this bridge. And it was going up just fine. They estimated that it would take 4 years to build it, with thousands of workers working on it. But there was one thing that had not been decided. They had not decided what color to make the bridge. Isn't that a strange thing, that a very large group of adults would undertake a project of this size and not have a color picked out? But that's how it sometimes is. In this case, everyone decided that by the time the bridge was finished, they would have the color part figured out. So they kept building it. First, there were the cables. No, wait. First, there were the towers. Of course the towers were first, and they were astonishing to all. When the towers were finished, it was a day of great jubilation. This thing that had not been there before was now there. The tops of the towers were 746 feet above the water level. Sometimes the things humans make baffle even the humans who make them. While the bridge was being finished, though, people were still debating the color. And the debate over the color brought forth some very interesting ideas. The Navy thought it should be yellow and black. No kidding. They did. The Navy thought the bridge would be safer that way, so ships and planes could easily see it. The Army had a stranger idea. How about red?